Before going into the main content of this video, here one small announcement is that the Unacademy is providing the complete course for the UGC NET Paper 1 as well as the Paper 2 Electronic Science, and the details regarding this course is provided at the end of this video. Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashwani Kumar, Unacademy educator for the subject NTA UGC NET Electronic Science as well as the General Paper 1. If you are not yet subscribed the channel, then please do subscribe and then click on the bell icon. Then you are going to get all my updates and videos as the immediate notifications to your devices. I started one Facebook account, guys. And I provided this link in the description box of this video. So please join into this group. So here the group name is Your Mentor, just same as this YouTube channel name. So in this group also, here all the advertisements regarding the assistant professor, teachers and the PhD notifications I posted here. So you will get, or else you will be having a look on all the posts at a glance here. Okay, so join into this group that I provided the link in the description box. And in this video, we are going to see about the normalization procedure of the UGC NET June 2020 from the brochure, whatever the points it given in the information bulletin of the UGC NET June 2020. So here the normalization process means converting the 300 marks to the 100 marks. 300 marks means whatever the paper 1 and paper 2, the combination of both these two papers will leads to the 300 marks. That is 100 marks from the paper 1 and the 200 marks from the paper 2. And whatever the cutoff that is going to be declared after completion of the exam, or else at the time of announcing the result, the cutoff is for the 100 marks. That means here they will normalize your 300 marks to the 100 marks, and then your cutoff will be decided based upon those 100 marks. Okay, and it can also be called as a percentile. So how this normalization procedure will be done as per the National Testing Agency, that procedure here I am going to show you right now. So before going into the details, if you are not yet subscribed the channel, so please do subscribe, and after subscribing tap the bell icon. Then you are going to get all my updates and videos as immediate notifications to your mobiles, laptops or desktops. I am going to show you in the next year this one. So here the National Testing Agency procedure to be adopted for compilation of NTA scores for multi-session papers. Normalization procedure based upon the percentile score. That means NTA will be conducting examinations on multiple dates, generally in 2 sessions per day. The candidates will be given different sets of questions per session, and it is quite possible that in spite of all efforts of maintaining equivalence among various question papers, the difficulty level of these question papers administered in the different sessions may not be exactly the same. Some of the candidates may end up attempting a relatively tougher set of questions when compared to the other sets. So the candidates who attempt the comparatively tougher examination are likely to get lower marks as compared to those of who attempt than the easier one. In order to overcome such a situation, normalization procedure based on percentile score will be used for ensuring that candidates are neither benefited nor disadvantaged due to the difficulty level of the examination. So why this normalization procedure is used is that generally the National Testing Agency is conducting the UGC NET exam in different dates. That means from December 2nd to December 6th. So if in different dates, if an examination is conducting, then definitely normalization procedure has to be followed. Why? Because one session candidates may face the difficult paper and the another session where candidate may face the easiest paper. So the difficult paper candidates may get the less score comparing with the candidates who face the easiest paper. So in order to justify both these two candidates, that means the toughest paper candidate may not have the disadvantage, and the easiest set paper may not have the advantage in gaining the marks. So in order to make them balance, this normalization procedure is introduced. So how they are going to calculate this one means, here I am going to show you one formula. The percentile score of a candidate is calculated as follows. That means 100 into number of candidates appear in the session with a raw score equal to or less than the candidate divided by total number of candidates appeared in that particular session. So we are going to see these details in detail coming to this example. So let's have this example here in detail. Here the NTA is conducting in the different sessions. That means what is the session is that session 1 is day 1 shift 1. That means the December 2nd morning session from 9:30 onwards, and it is the session 2 means day 1 shift 2, that means afternoon session from 2:30 onwards. So like that, here roughly I am taking one example that provide in the information bulletin itself. So for example, in the session 1, that is day 1 shift 1, the total number of candidates are 31,986, and out of this one appeared are 28,012 and the absent are 3,974. So here we are going to consider the appeared candidates only. We need not to bother about the absentees out of the total number of registered candidates. So here in this formula we have to mainly see that 100 into, here they mentioned as a raw score. So what is this raw score is that previously the National Testing Agency released the final answer key. So based upon that final answer key, you may calculated whatever the marks you scored in paper 1 and paper 2. For example, in the paper 1, if you scored the 70 out of the 100, and in paper 2, if you scored 150 out of the 200, then the overall marks you scored among the paper 1 and paper 2, that is paper 1 plus paper 2, is that out of the 300 marks, 220 marks you scored out of the 300. So this 220 marks is considered as the raw score, right? So it is called as a raw score. So now how to find out the percentile for this raw score 220 is that, so we will take this formula. So coming to this formula, the first one is 100 into number of candidates appeared in the session with the raw score equal to or less than the candidate. That means here I said that 220 if you got, for example, then if the top score is the 280, then in between the 280 to 220 few candidates will be there, and in the 220 to least score few candidates will be there. So for example, if from 220 to the least score, the total number of candidates in this session are let's take it's 10,000 people are there. Sorry, let's take 20,000 candidates are there, less than or equal to the 220. That means 20,000 candidates are scored less than or equal to the 220 marks, or this raw score. Now here the number of candidates appeared in the session with raw score equal to or less than this candidate is 20,000. So here I am taking the 20,000 whole divided by the total number of candidates appeared in that session. So here we are calculating the session 1. So how many number of candidates are appeared here? 28,012 number of candidates are appeared. So now the percentile to this one can be calculated from this one. So here it becomes equal to 71.39797222976. So why we have to take these many number of decimal values is that, so if you once observe here in the information bulletin of the NTA, the percentile scores will be calculated up to 7 decimal points to avoid bunching effect and reduce ties. Okay, so to reduce the ties among the different candidates, we are going to take the 7 decimals. So the 7 decimals means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here the score can be taken up to here. So it is 71.3979722. So it is the score or percentile what you got. So if it is a 71.39 percentile, then definitely you will be cleared the JRF. Yes, for example, I am taking. So it is how the National Testing Agency is going to follow the normalization procedure based upon the percentile. So this procedure is useful to convert your raw score out of the 300 marks to 100 marks, that is normalization or percentile method. Okay, so that means if these are the figures, now this 220, that means out of the 220 marks, out of the 300, it converted into the 71.3979722 by using the normalization procedure. So generally this normalization procedure is used to make the benefit to the toughest session candidates. So this normalization procedure is used. That means it is trying to balance the candidates' marks. See, these are the factors which are affecting the UGC NET exam cutoff. The first factor is the total number of applicants. So it means in UGC NET exam is generally going to conduct for the most number of subjects. Okay, nearly it is 87 or 88 number of subjects the exam is going to be conducted. So for each and every subject, if the more number of applicants are there, then there is a chance to reduce your cutoff. Okay, so it is a thing that if the more number of applicants are there, then your cutoff will be reduced. Then the second factor is maximum marks scored by the candidate. That means if out of the 100 mark in your subject, if anybody scores the 85 marks, then that is the maximum marks, then obviously the cutoff marks will be increased. Okay, that means your cutoff will obviously depends upon the maximum marks scored by the candidate. So if the maximum marks scored by the candidate out of the 100, if it is 60, then the cutoff decreases. If out of the 100, if the maximum marks scored by the candidate is 80 marks, then the cutoff may increase. Okay. So, and the third factor is the difficulty level of the exam. So previously the UGC NET exam is going to be conducted only in one slot, but nowadays due to the huge number of applicants and due to the online exam, UGC NET exam is going to be conducted in the different slots and in different dates. So the difficulty level of the exam may changes. That means while coming to the morning slot, the difficulty may be the level of the exam may be easy, and while coming to the afternoon slot, the level of the exam may be moderate or difficult. So here, depending upon the difficultiness of the exam, that means whatever the slot you allotted for the UGC NET exam, if that slot is a difficulty level, then your cutoff marks will be reduced definitely. There is one formula is there. And the fourth category is, the fourth factor is the category of students. That means depending upon the caste category. So in your caste category, either it might be the OC, OBC, or SC, ST, or economically weaker section, or PWD, whatever the category is there. So depending upon your caste category also, the cutoff marks may changes. And the last factor is the previous year cutoff trends. That means whatever the previous year cutoffs are there, so based upon that one, we can estimate the present year or the present exam cutoff also. The trend will almost follows, maybe plus or minus 5% may change. If you once check the information bulletin of the UGC NET June 2020 in the page number 23, so coming to the procedure and criteria for declaration of result, in the step 1 you can see that the number of candidates to be qualified shall be equal to 6% of the candidates appeared in both the papers of NET exam. Okay, so actually it is the step 1 given here. So before the 2016 or 2017, actually the qualifying percentage is a 15%. So after the 2017 onwards, the UGC has decided to reduce the percentage from 15 to 16%, such that the lot of net appearing candidates thought that the UGC has reduced the percentage such that the number of qualifying candidates will also decrease. So based upon this point, in the UGC website itself, so coming to the frequently asked questions of the UGC NET website, they cleared one point here. You can check that. Has the UGC reduced the percentage of qualifying candidates from top 15% to 6%? Okay, here the answer to this one is by the UGC, no. That means the number of qualifying candidates will not reduce. How? Because it is clarified that earlier qualifying criteria for UGC NET involved qualifying top 15% of those candidates in each subject and criteria who obtained the minimum required marks in paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3. This was applicable till UGC NET held on 22nd 1st 2017. That means they are going to take the top 15% from based upon the each and every subject and each and every category, and the candidates who qualified or who got the minimum required marks in paper 1, 2 and 3. So actually minimum required marks are also provided here in the information bulletin. That is 40% for the unreserved category and 35% for the reserved category. But after the 2017 January, that means from UGC NET held on 5th November 2017,
it has been decided that 6% of the total candidates who appear in the UGC NET exam will be declared qualified. That means here 6% out of the total number of candidates appeared in the exam. Okay, so but while coming to the previous 15% of candidates out of the candidates who got the minimum qualifying marks. Okay, but after the 2017, the 6% of marks is out of the candidates who just appeared the exam. Okay, so that is the concept. So such that in this effect, the number of qualifying candidates shall not decrease. Okay, so it is a main point the UGC wants to clarify, that this 15% and 6% is that so many net appearing candidates or the UGC net aspirants thinking that the UGC has reduced the pass percentage from top 15 to top 6%, so the number of qualified candidates will be definitely decrease. But here one clarity is that here the 15% is out of the candidates in each subject and in each category who got the minimum required marks in paper 1, 2 and 3. But while coming to the after 2017, this 6% of marks out of the total number of candidates who appeared the exam. Okay, who appeared the exam. So definitely here the count is very high. Who appeared the exam is very high. And while coming to here, the candidates who got the minimum required marks in paper 1, 2 and 3 is the less. So that's why here 15% out of this less count and here 6% out of this huge count is definitely equal with each other. So definitely the number of qualifying candidates shall not be decreased. Okay.
Hi friends, my name is Ashwini Kumar, Unacademy educator. So all of you know that Unacademy is the India's largest learning platform, and it is providing the very good content to the learners who are preparing for the competitive examinations. And from this video I want to bring you one notice that I'm going to start the 2 new courses for the UGC NET candidates who are preparing for the UGC NET exam in 2021. So the course number 1 is complete course for the NTA UGC NET paper 1, that is teaching and research aptitude. So that it is going to start from November 9th onwards. And coming to the paper 2 is the electronic science. So the complete course for the electronic science is going to start from November 10th onwards. So the interested candidates may take the subscription plan of the Unacademy, that I will show you the different types of subscription plans. But before going to those subscription plans for the paper 1 and as well as to the paper 2, one thing that I want to share you is that if you want to check how the lectures will be, and why, because each and everybody is having some dilemma that before taking the subscription plans, that whatever the content I am going to teach you, so how the content I'm going to give you, so whether you can able to understand or not. So for that purpose I will provide my Unacademy profile link in the description box of this video, guys. So if you click on that one, then you will be directed to this web page. So here if you scroll down, you can check the special classes. So special classes means these are the completely free classes. So every month I'm going to take the free classes to the candidates. So if you click on this see all, then all my special classes that you can check down here, right? So if you click on these classes, then whatever the video classes I took at that date and time, so those videos will play. So with the help of these videos you can decide that how I am going to deliver the content of the concepts and each and everything. So based upon that one, you may take the subscription plans, guys. Okay. And if you want to check that how I am going to teach the UGC NET paper 1, that is teaching and research aptitude, so it is my official YouTube channel link for the paper 1 that you can check down. I will provide this link also in the description box of this video. So here I did the complete unit 1, that is the teaching aptitude here by taking the total 6 parts. So it will be acts like the reference to you that how I am going to teach you, whether you can able to understand or not. So by looking all this content, that means the electronic science from the Unacademy app and from the YouTube channel, you can guess that how I am going to teach the paper 1. So by looking all these things, you can decide whether to take the subscription plan and whether I am going to explain as per your understanding levels or not. So these are the different subscription plans, guys. That means for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months and 24 months. So depending upon your goal, that means when you want to write the exam, so based upon that one, you may take any one of the subscription plans that it is showing on your screens. But one thing is that if you are planning to take the subscription plan for both paper 1 as well as for the electronic science, then use my referral code, that is ASWINIK, right? So it is my referral code, guys, ASWINIK, and you are going to get the 10% discount on any one of the subscription plan. Okay, so it is the information that I want to deliver from this video through my channel. And if you want to know about the previous courses feedbacks, that you can click down here. So these are all the dedications given by the previous batch students. So you may check down the different feedbacks here. Okay, so the candidates who are preparing for the UGC NET exam in the 2021, so both the UGC NET paper 1 and the electronic science, so both these two courses will definitely helpful to you to crack the JRF. Fine, guys. So please share this information to your friends or colleagues who are preparing for the UGC NET exam in the next sessions. And all the best, guys. Thank you very much.